Hey everyone, it's Cindy and welcome back to my channel, or if it's your first time here, thanks for joining me. I do hope you'll subscribe so that you don't miss any of my videos. Today's video is a replay of Feel Good Friday that took place on the 22nd of December, just before Christmas, and it took place on my Facebook page, which I'll just put up here for you. So if you want to head over there and give it a like, that would be brilliant. I thank you so much if you do. The topic today is the power of love. The power of love. And for me, that's the song that plays in my head when I hear that phrase is the Frankie Goes to Hollywood version. Let me know if that's the one you get, or do you hear something else, one of the other ones. So I was talking about that because it's, coming up to Christmas time, and love is a topic that is kind of there. It's there for all of us around this time. That's what, for me, that's what Christmas is about. It's about family and friends and all that kind of stuff. But also I'd remembered that I have the book called The Power by Rhonda Byrne, who wrote The Secret. You might not be into those books, but you might be. And I remembered I had that book and I wanted to just quickly skim through it and remind myself what it was all about. And it's about love. It's about how we use love to create our world, and by using love we can manifest more of what we want, if that's the kind of thing you're into, but just improve the way we feel and make our relationships better and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I was talking about in the video live. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, to find out more about the power of love, then just keep watching. Hello everyone, it's Friday. That must mean it's time for Feel Good Friday, and today we are talking about the power of love. And I love this concept, I love the idea, I just love love. And if you get a sudden earworm of one of those lovely 80s pop ballads, there's a couple I think called The Power of Love, then comment below and let me know which one's yours. I always get the Frankie Goes to Hollywood one because I love Frankie Goes to Hollywood. So now you're probably hearing that too. Sorry about that. Today we're talking about the power of love because it's very seasonal. It's something that is talked about a lot this time of year. And for me, that's what this season is all about. It's the season for family and friends and for caring and for kindness and love. So that's why we're talking about the power of love today. And you might not know it, but love really does have a great deal of power, and we can use it in lots of different ways in a really good way. And I'll be talking about that in a minute. So my aim today is to spread some festive love so that you can harness its power this festive season and going on into next year. I'm going to do that in 3 parts. I'm going to first of all talk about how using the power of love can change the way you feel. And in the second part, I'll be talking about how you can use it to improve your relationships, not just with partners and things like that, but with family and friends and even people that you don't like, maybe troublesome neighbours, so how you can improve relationships there. And in the third part, I'll be talking about how it can help you find your passion and your purpose by tapping into love. So that's what we're going to do today. Do feel free to join in and comment if you're watching on the replay, or even if you're here live. I can see that I've got a like from Kaz, it looks like. So hey Kaz, great to see you. And let's get into it. So part 1, how you can use the power of love to change the way you feel. Well, of course, I'm going to talk about the way you feel because I'm the Feel Good Coach. Oh, I forgot to say who I am. Hello, I'm Cindy. I'm the Feel Good Coach. And I help people to feel good in their business and in their life by using lots and lots of different tools and techniques. And I also teach how to do sales and marketing in a way that feels good too. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then do check out my page or drop me a message, or let's connect in the new year. Anyway, back to part 1. Sorry about that. That's the beauty of live video. How to use the power of love to change the way you feel. Well, a lot of people talk about gratitude, and even I do, and we talk about, especially coaches and the positive thinking type people, are always saying about using gratitude journals and writing down all the things that you feel grateful for, and they can be really, really good, but they're not always that powerful if you don't use them correctly. So a lot of people will just be writing out all these things but not actually feeling the gratitude when they're doing it. And that's the part that's really important. That's the part that actually works. That's the part that actually makes things happen. So what's really important is to use your feelings to make it more powerful. I've got hair on my mouth. It's not very pleasant. Okay, got it. So, there. So the way we make the gratitude journal even more powerful, or even instead of having a gratitude journal, is to use the power of love. And I listen to a lot of stuff by Abraham Hicks. You may or may not have come across that name. If you have, you'll possibly be aware of the kind of stuff that gets talked about on by Abraham Hicks. If you haven't, then go look it up. It might be a bit kind of out there and weird for you, but the message that comes from Abraham Hicks is really, really powerful and resonates very strongly with me. So, and I find it really, really helpful. I'm going to say really, really a lot. I don't know why. It seems to be my word of the day. Okay. So one of the things that Abraham Hicks talks about is a rampage of appreciation. And what that is really, really ramping up that feeling of gratitude about all sorts of things. But more than gratitude, appreciation. So gratitude can be a little bit, it can maybe have some slightly negative connotations for some people, but when you talk about appreciation, then that really doesn't have any negative connotations. But just think about the words, and maybe you can say them to yourself after the video separately, and feel the difference between them when you say I'm grateful or when you say I appreciate. They feel different. And appreciation, if you're talking about kind of going a bit sort of quantum physics, is a higher vibration. So, where did I get to? Rampage of appreciation. So how you do this, I've talked about this a couple of times on my YouTube channel, I think, and in a blog maybe. How you do a rampage of appreciation is you can just do it where you're sitting right now and look around and find one thing to appreciate, and you just look at it. So I can look from where I am now, I can look in front of me and I can say, I love the sign I've got above my desk that says don't worry, be happy. Every time I see that, I hear the song, I end up singing along to it. It makes me feel happy. I love that sign. And I love, actually, in front of me here, which is not quite in front of me, let's move it. In front of me here, I have my little blue snowball microphone, which I love. It's so pretty, and I'll show you. It looks like this. Look how pretty it is. And I love this microphone. It allows me to record things that sound good, but also it just looks good, and I love it. And something else I love is the fact that I have windows here in my office, and I can look out if I want to. If I'm creating something, I'm writing something, and I just need to think, I can just stare down the road and let my gaze sort of go calmer and just defocus a bit, and then I can kind of let my creativity flow. And I love the fact that I've got two monitors here, because it makes it really, really easy for me when I'm making presentations and things like that, when I'm being creative. And I also love that I have this light here that helps to make sure that I'm well lit when I'm doing my videos. And I love that I've got various things all stuck over the wall here to remind me of what I'm working on, including my sort of working cover for my book. So that's how you do a rampage of appreciation. What you do is you pick a little thing to say what you love about it, and then you look around for something else and something else. And the way it works is, as soon as you start appreciating one thing, you'll notice something else, and then another thing, and another thing, and another thing. And before you know it, you've done that for 5-10 minutes. And when you've done it for just a few minutes, or even just 1 minute, you will feel the difference. It will give you a shift in how you feel, and that will be a shift in your vibration. Excuse me. And that can be enough to start you attracting what you want. If you're talking about law of attraction type stuff, it'll make you feeling good. It's just something that we all want anyway. So if you're not into law of attraction, just do it to feel good. A rampage of appreciation. So think about where you could do that in your life anytime. You could do that when you first wake up in the morning. You can look around your bedroom and say, oh, you could think to yourself, oh, I love how comfortable my bed feels right now. I love how warm I am. I love that I have this roof over my head and I'm safe, and so is my family. I love the softness of the duvet. I love the fact that when I wiggle my toes, I can just feel myself starting to wake up. I love that when I get out of bed, I've got a lovely soft carpet to walk on. I love the way the sun is streaming in through the windows, or in today's case, I love the shade of grey that the sky is. Maybe might be a bit of a stretch. I love the way I can see further with the trees leaves being off the trees at the moment, and I can see further into my view is expanded. And I love that the road is quieter today because there's no school, and so there aren't as many people driving around. You know, all sorts of ways to appreciate little things. Now, you can also do a rampage of appreciation on any topic. So you can choose a topic. And the idea is you don't choose a topic that's already difficult for you. So you wouldn't necessarily, so if you have an issue with money, say, money's tight and you feel anxious about money, which often happens this time of year, maybe in January as well. If you feel anxious about money, don't do a rampage of appreciation about money. It's too hard, you can't do it. You pick a subject that's easy to do a rampage on. You could pick a topic of a person, and you can do a rampage of appreciation about all the things you love about that person. Now, of course, people are tricky, and there might be things that they do or say or have done or said that have irritated you in the past, and that's fine. You know, comment below if you know that you've got people like that in your life. We all have, haven't we? But you can do a rampage of appreciation on that person, focusing on all the things that you do love about them, because there will be some. And the more you look for, the more you will find. The thing is, again, don't do it on someone that you have a massive problem with, you don't love them, you don't even like them. That's not the person to do a rampage of appreciation on. You choose someone who you love, and, you know, maybe they irritate you sometimes, but you can do a rampage of appreciation and really ramp up that feeling of love, of all the things you love about that person. Because really, you know, we get more of what we focus on. That's a kind of universal law. It's a biological law as well. The more we focus on something, the more we get of it. So if we focus on the negative points about someone that we love, we're going to kind of be irritated by them more and see them more and notice them more. And if we can focus on the things that we love about that person, then we're going to see more of that side of them. And the other stuff we won't notice and possibly might not even happen anymore. And that would be pretty cool. And especially with family coming, you know, to stay over Christmas and all that, we're kind of lumped into small confined spaces for long periods of time with people we maybe don't spend a lot of time with the rest of the year. So this could be a really, really good tip for helping with that. But I've got an even better one coming up as well. So rampage of appreciation, is it something that you're going to try? Let me know in the comments if you're going to do it, if you've already done it and you've heard of it and you know how brilliant it is. And the beauty of doing this video is it's reminded me about doing rampages of appreciation too, because you kind of forget this stuff. So that's it, that's part one, rampage of appreciation to change how you feel, using the power of love. Very simple. So let's move on to part two, which is about how you can improve your relationships. And this is a really, really good tip that you can use all year round, of course, and especially at this time of year, maybe with family being a bit closer in distance. So what you can do is a kind of meditation. And if you look at my pages and things, I love meditation. Meditation is one of my favorite things. And we're going to combine that with the power of love. So in a relationship, if there's something that is not to your liking, the power actually lies within you. There's no point expecting the other person to change, trying to get them to change, telling them they should change, pointing the finger at them, repeatedly telling them all the things they don't do right. None of that works, and you might have noticed that. It just doesn't work. But what does work is changing your perception of that. and it's not about letting people off the hook. That's not what it is. But it's about changing how you feel about it, so that you're not focusing again on what you don't want. You're changing how you feel about it, changing your perception of it and your attitude to it, and that will change everything. Now, in real terms, what it'll do is make you not really be bothered about whatever that thing is that person's doing or saying or whatever. But what it also will do potentially is have a knock-on effect on their behaviour. It quite often happens. But we're not doing it for that. We're doing it so that we can feel better. And as a side effect, quite often there's a change in their behaviour too. And the thing that they were doing doesn't seem to happen anymore. And it's quite interesting how often that happens. So worth a try. So the thing I'm talking about right now is called a loving kindness meditation. And it's a special kind of meditation. I'm not going to go into it too much. We don't have a lot of time, but you can always Google it. There are plenty of instructions out there, and YouTube videos that you can listen to, like a guided meditation. You can just listen to it and follow the instructions. But the idea of it is, what you're doing is you're going to send love in some way, loving kindness, to different types of people. You're going to send it to someone that you love dearly, someone beloved. You're going to send some love and loving kindness to someone neutral, like the person who you pay for petrol in the garage, or the postman or something. Someone neutral that you don't really have any strong feelings about. And then you send loving kindness to someone that you've been having difficulty with. And by doing it that way, you're able to shift how you feel about that person that you're having difficulty with, but also reinforce how you feel about the person you love. And there's various ways you can do the loving kindness, the sending of the loving kindness. You can either do it visually. I like to imagine a beautiful pink light, loving light in my heart, and then I'll visualize sending that beam of light across to that person, to their heart. That's how I like to do it, but I'm a very visual person. You can also do it with auditory, just by saying a mantra of loving kindness as you think about each of those different people, or you could do it some other way. And there are lots of ways of doing it. So I highly recommend that you I highly recommend that you go and look up loving kindness meditation. As I said, you'll find lots of resources on YouTube and via Google, and you can find one that works for you. If you do decide to use YouTube meditations, my advice to you, there are so many, is to choose one where you like the voice. Because if you like the voice, then it's nice and easy to listen to. And then listen to the whole meditation, follow the instructions, and see how you feel at the end of it. And if you like it, then add it to your favourites on YouTube. If you're not keen, then look for another one next time. But this is a really simple thing that you can do that will improve your relationships now and in the future. And it's like a gift. It's a gift to be able to do that. And it will help you, and it will help the other people in your relationships too. So it's a way of bringing love to the world and making it a little bit better, one person at a time. And if that's, your kind of thing, then you're going to really enjoy doing that. So that was part 2. Excuse me. And in part 3, we're just going to talk about how it can help you find your passion very, very quickly, because it's a simple concept. Quite often people tell me that they don't know what their passion is, or they don't have a purpose, or they see other people talking about their passion and their purpose, and they don't have one for themselves. And we get this idea there has to be some big idea, that it has got to be some fancy thing. I have a big a passion, and I feel like I have a purpose of helping people and learning about how we can help ourselves and sharing that with people. That's my passion, sharing what I've learned with people to make a difference. And that's my purpose, to make a difference in the world. Now, some people don't feel like they have that, and they feel like they're missing out. And it's actually fine not to have that kind of stuff, as a big sort of idea. Your purpose could just be to make each interaction with everyone that you meet leave them feeling at least slightly better than when they first saw you. Every interaction to improve that person's day. that can be a purpose. But how the power of love can help you find your passion is to, you know, people always say do more of what you love, but sometimes people don't even know what they love. You know, it's just too big. It's too, love is kind of like, it seems like, well, I don't love anything. That's what some people say. I don't really love anything. So how do I do more of what I love? And it's a bit of a tricky one. So what I've thought about this is to actually think about, okay, so if you don't know what you love, is there something that you like? Is there something that you like a little bit? Do more of that. If you can't even think of anything you like to do, you know, then, and some people do feel that way. All right, so what is something that you don't hate doing? You know, start where you are. What's something that you don't hate doing? Something that you know, it's all right, you don't mind doing it. Okay, so do more of that. Do more of things like that. It might be, I don't know, I can't think of any examples right now, but if you know, if there's somebody who just doesn't have a purpose, doesn't know what they're doing, they don't really love anything, life's a bit blah, okay, so what that person needs to do is think about, what do I not mind doing then? What do I not mind doing? Because asking them to say, what do I love, that's too big a stretch. They can't reach that point, that it's not available to them, that information. So where they are is, what do I not mind doing? Okay, so I don't mind doing this, that or the other. Okay, do more of that. And the idea is, or what I believe will happen is, the more that you do the things that you don't mind doing, you will be presented with opportunities for more of those things, but also the odd opportunity for things that you might quite like doing. And then you do more of those. You do more of the things that you quite like doing. And you just move up in incremental steps. So you do more of the things that you quite like doing, you'll get more of those opportunities, and then you will be presented with an opportunity to do something that you actually find out you really do like it quite a lot. So do more of that. And then the more you do of that, the more you will get of those kind of opportunities, and then you will be presented with something that you find out you love. And then you love doing that thing, so you do more of that kind of thing. And when you do more of what you love, then you get more of what you love. And you get more opportunities to do what you love. And that is the beauty of the world that we live in. And I don't know how many times I've said the word love in this video. I would like someone to count them and let me know, because that would be really funny. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's how to find your passion using the power of love. Incrementally, step by step, as with everything. So there we have it. That's the 3 parts of today's talk. Slightly random, I think, but all related to love and very seasonal and festive. So let's look at where we've been today. We have looked at how using a rampage of appreciation and saying how much you love every little thing around you can help you to change the way you feel, and can absolutely boost up your gratitude journal and make that practice even more powerful. So if you're already doing a gratitude journal, this could be an upgrade for you for the coming year, or start now, why not, with rampages of appreciation. And in part 2, I explained a little bit about how you can improve relationships, and actually that it is our responsibility to change our relationships. It's not down to the other person. That is a key point, and it's a really hard one to swallow sometimes. But when we take that responsibility and we start doing what we can, and using loving kindness meditation, for instance, we can make a real difference. And then in the 3rd part, how you can find your passion by starting at the bottom step and working your way up, starting with the things that you don't mind doing more of what you don't mind doing, and then working your way up, and you will get to the point where you're doing what you love, even if you don't know what it is now. So that's it. That's today's talk. My aim was to spread some festive love so that you can harness the power of love for yourself. And I hope that I have achieved that today. Now, on my thing here, it says that I can add snow, and I don't know if I can do that, so I'm going to try it. Oh, look, it's snowing. Oh, how wonderful. So it's the little things that make me happy, as you know. So that was today's talk. I hope you've enjoyed Feel Good Friday this year. I have lots of plans for next year, for videos on my YouTube channel, for videos on here, and I will be starting back to work on the 2nd of January, so the next video will be 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th of January. Is that right? Hopefully. So that'll be the next Feel Good Friday. Join me then. Don't know what I'll be talking about. It'll be something exciting, I'm sure. Have a fabulous, wonderful Christmas. And whatever you're doing, whoever you're celebrating, spread love wherever you're going, like a disease of love all around the world, an infection of love. And let's spread it as much as we can, because the world needs more of what we've got, love. So take care of yourselves, my lovelies. Enjoy the Christmas time. I hope you have some time off, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up so that I know, and let me know in the comments what you thought, if you have tried any of these things, if you love, and you know, just generally let me know what the heck's going on, because I love to see your comments. It really makes me happy, and I will of course come and have a chat with you down there. So that's it for today's video. Do please subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm going to be uploading so many videos, which there'll be lots of vlogs, there'll be lots of tips, there'll be feel good stuff, there'll be things to help with your business, there'll be things to help life coaches to get started or to actually grow their businesses the way I have, all sorts of stuff, lots to be I can't even think of the word I want. Anyway, just subscribe. I'm not going to think of the word, it's gone. So just subscribe, and make sure you hit the notification bell as well, so that you can be notified. Otherwise you might not see all the videos as they go up, and you might miss something, and nobody wants to miss something, do they? So it is coming up to Christmas, so if you're watching that this video around that time, then do have a lovely Christmas, and if you're watching later, have a fabulous day, and I'll speak to you in the next video.